Welcome to my cafe, my pet info cafe. Pour yourself a warm cup of your favorite, hold a furry friend in your lap, and let's chat about our love of cats. I'm your host, Cat Lady Jennifer Eileen, and I am so delighted to present our topic today, Cat Ladies, with my fellow cat ladies. I do want to say that today is August 9th, 2024. Cat ladies have been very much in the public mind, and that's kind of one of the reasons we're going to have some fun with this topic. So let's hear from our certified cat ladies, Melissa Schwartz and Katie Potts, and all of our lovely little kittens. Hi. Oh, hi, ladies. So let's talk about the positive sides of being a cat lady. Melissa, I've known you for a long time. I've known you through Mr. Goo. I've known you through your current kittens. So tell us, what makes you a cat lady?
I love their personalities. Each one is different. They are always there for you. No matter if you've had a bad day, a good day, they're always right there for you and ready for your attention. And they're just fun and cute. How can you not like a cat?
That's right, that's right. And Katie, how long have you been a cat lady? And tell us about being a cat lady.
So I have been fostering for about 4 years, and I absolutely love to foster all these beautiful kittens. It is so amazing. It actually is so fulfilling to be able to bring all these little babies in and give them a safe, warm home, especially knowing some of the environments that they've come from. And it feels great. It feels so great. I love these guys. Look how cute he is.
Oh, that's so cute. Well, ladies, let's talk about how being a cat lady makes us better citizens, better neighbors, even better parents, not only to the feline species. So how does it make us better citizens and better neighbors?
Well, I think it just opens our hearts to everyone. We have things in common to talk to people about.
Absolutely. There is quite a community among people who are in cats, and for you, fostering the rescues, you are really making a contribution to the community.
I really like to think I am. I think they are super helpful. I feel that by bringing in all these different people and introducing them to all these different cats, it gives them an opportunity to find a partner to take home with them. It's not just, okay, I'll go and get a cat. I bring this friend, I bring this partner, this confidence, because sometimes, cats and pets in general are very therapeutic. We need that chance to go home and relax and have our best friend to sit there and chat with, and somebody to make us smile, especially if you had a bad day or it was a tough commute, to be able to go home and take out that little laser pointer and watch how the kittens scatter across the floor.
Absolutely.
To chase it. It's just so fulfilling and comforting.
Well, Melissa, you are a mom, a human mom too. So tell us about that. So not all cat ladies are childless.
No, we certainly are not.
Mm-hmm.
I have my one son. I have grandchildren, and they all love cats. Wowza!
What a bad boy.
And they are so much like children.
Mm-hmm.
We come across with this pet-directed speech where we talk to babies the same way that we talk to our kitties the same way we talk to our babies.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, that's really sweet. And Katie, so tell us where these kittens came from and where they're going.
So these kittens actually came from a field. They were out on their own.
Aww.
They had their mom with them, but they were out in the field by themselves. And you remember how hot this summer has been.
Oh my gosh.
And the lack of water. And they were living under a little abandoned shed out in the middle of nowhere. And it was tough for these guys. So thankfully, the gentleman on the property realized that there are these little kittens running around everywhere, and got a hold of one of the other people that come in and do the trapping. And they were able to capture all these guys and mama. So everybody is safe. And they all came to me a little bit more feisty than others, especially this little boy.
Oh.
But as you can tell, after fostering for a few weeks, they are able to be nice and more manageable, I guess. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And they're ready to go to their forever homes.
Yeah.
So,
well, speaking of forever homes, you and Melissa gave 2 of your kittens a forever home. Tell us about that.
she did, absolutely. Do you want to?
Well, go ahead and start.
Okay. So I had a group of fosters that were very similar to these. And I got a message from Rob saying that he's looking for a cat.
Melissa's husband.
Yes.
Melissa's husband. Sorry. Message from Rob. And looking for a cat for his wife, which I thought was really sweet. And I'm like also a little nervous because, you know, giving a gift to somebody without them knowing is kind of a big deal.
It's a big deal. Good point.
It's kind of a big deal because sometimes it's not always reciprocated.
Mm-hmm.
So I was a little nervous, but when he came in and talked and let me know that, you know, her cats had passed and it had been several years, I believe,
Yes.
and that he felt that you were ready to have a new friend, a new companion. And he didn't like cats, but he loves you. I was like, that is one of the sweetest stories. And I felt like, okay, we'll see. Let's see how it does. And if she doesn't love him, then the cat can come back. The cat can come back. But this is a great start.
So, Melissa, Rob brought you a box. Tell us how that happened.
Yes, my husband, Rob, went out to run an errand. He's gone a little while, but I'm making use of my time. And he comes in and he sets on the kitchen table a box. And he said, I have something for you. I thought, maybe Amazon was at the door. I go to peek, and out jumped a cat. Of course, scared the life out of me. And where did this come from? And he said, well, I thought it was time. I had lost a cat 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And I said, I don't think I could ever do this again.
Aww.
But I realized that I need to open my heart. I was being selfish for not letting another kitty into my life that needed somebody. And yes, Robert wasn't necessarily a cat person, but have you know, after we got our second cat, they were about 2 weeks apart, there was a little head-butting in between whose turf it was going to be. So I had to separate them for 2 weeks. First night, I felt really badly, and I slept in the bathtub with the little one. And after sleeping in the bathtub, second night, I can't do this. And so I thought, well, I'll just leave the kitty in the bathroom. And I wake up in the middle of the night. I go downstairs. Robert is downstairs on the kitchen floor, the non-cat person with the cushions from the sofa, sleeping with the cat.
I love it. I love it. That's such a beautiful story. Well, two points from that. One is that really kittens do better in pairs because there's a companion. So that's one point. So you went through a transition with bringing the other cat, but often people want to start with one. Do you find, Katie, that people will adopt two, adopt pairs?
It really depends on the situation. So for kittens, absolutely getting two, because they do need that companion, that somebody to play with and somebody to kind of like work with them and teach them different things. If you go with an adult cat, that can vary. You don't necessarily need to adopt both. unless they're a bonded pair.
Yeah.
You know, because they have that emotional connection to each other and they can't be separated. And if that's the case, well, we're going to keep our bonded pairs together.
Sweet. That's sweet. Well, I think that's a good point, and Melissa, you certainly found that was true, and you know they did.
Indeed.
They do have very different personalities, but they have learned to live together, and that makes life interesting. And then the other example that you and Rob set is that when you bring a pet in as a gift, and you know all of your, you had your caution about it, Katie, and you know how things can go, but those cats became part of your family. It was everyone's responsibility, his and yours, and you know to the point where he was, willing to sacrifice his nighttime sleep in order to be part of that cat's life. So I think that's a very important message, especially when we're around holidays and we want to give a gift, but we have to remember that that pet is not just for the person, it's for the family. Would you agree with that?
Oh, absolutely. And it's not a toy. Like they are people in their own way. They have their own personalities. They have their own things that they like and dislike, and they have emotions, hence the reason cats, they can be dramatic, right? And just reminding people that they are animals and they deserve love and kindness and respect. So I do have a lot of families come in with their children because they want to have a family pet. But it is important that you bring the children to meet the pet because we want to make sure that the pet is also compatible with the whole family as a whole. So having the children meet them, seeing how the children interact with them, and seeing how the care and kindness and the excitement, because come on, who doesn't like coming into a house full of kittens? Definitely having that level of excitement is a lot of fun.
Yeah, they are so pretty, so precious. Well, you brought up another interesting point, and I think this is something that makes Cat Ladies special, in that just as cats have different personalities, we learn how to adapt to all their different personalities. Does you think that gives us a special instinct for dealing with people and for being a better human being with other people? Understanding, tolerant, adapted, have intuition?
Absolutely. Gives us a chance to sit back and reflect. So that way when we do interact with other people, we can see little nuances that we might not have noticed before.
Yeah. And Melissa, you've had a long career, working for a corporation. You've had some businesses of your own, and in catering and party planning. Do you think that being a cat lady has prepared you better for that?
Yes, I do. You learn how to deal with things in various situations. Expect the unexpected. And learn patience. And sometimes it just takes a little bit of time and a little bit of love, maybe a little smile it goes a long way.
Okay. Well, there's a really famous commercial that was done years ago about herding cats, and it's a cowboy scene. It was done by EDS, and you can just Google it and watch it, and it's hilarious. These guys are out on the range, and they're herding cats, and this one big, strong cowboy says, "Oh, I got a scratch," And in my profession, in my professional life, I'm a proposal manager, and we often say that our job is like herding cats. So I definitely think that being a cat mom and having a cat family has helped me adapt to different personalities, different needs. One likes tuna, one likes chicken. So would you agree with that?
So I definitely feel that herding cats is a great analogy for a lot of things that we go through in life. An example I have is I have a lot of kids that come in my house all the time, because I also have a lot of children at my house. And it's like taking them to school because we're walkers. So being able to walk with the children, and as we continue on down the sidewalk, we have a lot more children that seem to join us, and my group continues to grow. And to be able to kind of corral and move everybody in that same direction and just be able to, I don't know, just each child as well as each cat has their own personality for sure. And we all want to do a little bit of our own things. And the kids that race ahead, making sure that we're being prepared for them to stop at the corner so that way nobody gets hurt. But then we have the kids that also lollygag behind. So I can definitely see how herding cats, and I do call them my cats sometimes too, definitely relates to our real lives and our everyday lives.
Oh, I love that. Thank you for that. And Melissa, you have you and your husband do events in your home, and you have a long history doing events. Can you think of ways that being a cat lady has helped you manage all those people and events and circumstances? I'm thinking of, some of the people who come to your home for the concerts are international, so they have special dietary needs and, special needs. So is that kind of, do you think that your intuition with cats supports you in managing people like that?
The kitties definitely help me learn patience, and they help me learn how to manage other people in their situations. We often have people that come in, out of the country, like you said.
Yeah.
And they have various habits. They have various needs. Some are a little more needy than others. I won't mention any names. But yes, their cats are just like people.
Yeah. Indeed. Well, I'd like to ask you about your cat, Mr. Goo. Because he was the one who did leave this world eventually. Tell us about Mr. Goo. He had some very interesting habits. I believe he had a favorite closet and some things like that.
Oh, Mr. Goo. Oh, I tear up just thinking about him. He was the love of my life. Always there when I walk through the door, as with my kitties now. One of my favorite parts of the day is coming home from work and opening the door and yelling, "Kitties!" And you hear their pounce all the way down the stairs. And they're happy to see me. Or they know it's dinner time. I'm not sure which. But Mr. Goo, he was so special. He was just the love of my life. He went through a very hard time. I went through a very hard time, and he really helped me through it.
Yeah.
He was faithful. He was there every day. And he used to do all kinds of crazy things. The time he decided to crawl up the Christmas tree.
Oh, yeah, one of those.
Middle of the night, I hear this jingle, 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 and down goes the Christmas tree. And you have to make sure you don't put any tinsel on the trees. I did learn that after he started peeling it off the trees. It can be very dangerous.
Yeah, it is. Well, those are good memories. And Katie, you have a house full of cats, and you have for a while. Do you have some good memories of things or examples of ways that cats make your life more interesting? Some of their antics and things.
Absolutely, I have plenty. I mean, even this guy here is giving us a show right now.
Right.
So we, as you know, we have so many kittens that come in and out of our home all the time, and when they are ready, they actually are allowed to free roam at some point.
Okay.
So when they are able to run around the house and free roam, I have a habit of losing them. And I keep running around the house and I try to find these little guys, and I'm like, where did they go? And you would not believe where these guys end up hiding.
Like where?
Like the stuffed animals on the children's beds, and I couldn't see them, and I walked right by because I
so
thought,
it's like the E.T. thing in the closet?
right?
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. They'll sit in there and they'll hide. Or like we had a little kitten that would crawl up on my daughter's bunk bed, and it would crawl underneath her blankets because he liked to sleep up there. So when she would go in at night to crawl into bed, he would pop out from under her blankets and startle her. So They definitely have a lot of fun quirks and fun things. And yes, Christmas trees are dangerous. They are dangerous. I've found that keeping these guys out of the Christmas trees is a challenge all on its own.
Mm-hmm.
But we find ways to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the time I put like the cat toys on the bottom of the tree. So that way it's like their own
Yes.
little toys that they are allowed to play
Yeah.
with, and
Perfect.
we'll secure the tree.
Oh.
Nothing breakable.
That's
Nothing
right.
breakable. See, what other fun stories do we have of you guys? We also have a rabbit.
Okay.
I think that he is quirky and he doesn't like me. And that's okay,
Mhm.
because we find that he is the most amazing big brother to all these kittens that come through our home.
Really?
And if I can't find them in the stuffed animals, I will actually find these kittens curled up with him in the bunny cage. And if I go
Oh.
try to retrieve these guys, he gets very upset. And he will actually lunge at me for trying to take his babies.
Oh, isn't that sweet?
Isn't it? It is kind of fun. And these guys are so sweet, but they also like to play with our dog. And we have a Bernese Mountain Mix, so she's not a small dog.
Oh, cool.
So by the time they are ready to go to their forever home, they are not scared of anything.
Mm-hmm.
They also love to play with my boys. I got
Yeah.
2 young boys.
Yeah.
And they like to build towers. Or even take cardboard boxes and cut them into little houses.
Oh.
And they'll build towers and block shelves, and they will have the kittens play with them. They'll take the kitty toys and kind of wiggle them through. And these little guys will run through and scamper and knock down the towers. The boys think it's hilarious every time they run through the castle that they built and they knocked it over and now they have to start all over again. They think it's cute.
Well, yeah, to that point, you're a human mom as well. So you're not just a cat mom, you're a human mom.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that being a cat mom has made you a better human mom? Or vice
Absolutely.
versa?
I think that the kittens have brought so much joy in our house. Like sometimes, being a mom's hard. Being a child going through school is hard too. And we
Mhm.
all have bad days. But you come home and like the first thing you do is like you sit down for your snack and a kitten jumps on your lap to steal it. It kind of brings you that little bit of that pleasure, that joy, that excitement to sit down and be able to find that way that just relax. Just it's so, again, therapeutic to have somebody come and greet you, to be a part of your life, to bring you that smile on your face. And there are some times where the children get really annoyed and they'll push the cat away. And that doesn't deter these guys.
No.
And they
no.
keep coming back. And next thing you know, it's a little tussle match and it's kind of funny. It's cute. And everybody ends up happy with a treat.
Well, that sounds great. And I think that's a great example of how being a cat lady makes you a better parent, a better member of your community because you're interacting with people, the walks, and, you're interacting with a very wide community, international entertainers and, people who come to your house. So I think it's a good example.
Mhm.
Do you agree?
Yeah, these guys
I
join
do.
us. These guys join us on our walks too.
Really?
They will go to school with us sometimes and
Mhm.
interact with the children there. And there are some children that have never seen a cat or been able to pet a cat. So for a lot of them, it's kind of it's a very new experience, and it's been a lot of fun and enjoyable.
Well, that is a beautiful thought to close on. I want to thank you both so much and thank your beautiful little kittens. I think this one is now just attached to me. And want to thank you for the beautiful thoughts that you shared about your life, the tender moments as well as the fun ones. And thank you so very much. I hope you have enjoyed this very special episode of Pet Info Cafe. For more information about Cat Ladies and other episodes, you may visit my website, petinfocafe.com.